That's the intro clip right there.
Nah, for real.
That's that startup soundbite. Alright, fellas.
What's up?
Let's jump on in.
Let's do it.
Alright, everybody. Bearsbest has gone mobile. We are downtown Spokane at Spokane's newest, only Eastside Washington, Northern Idaho, Montana. Really the only vintage hypebeast sneaker shop you're going to find around here without going over the coast, going down to the 3 states away. I'm sitting down with the owners, the CEO. We got Prince and we got Christian. So I'd like to say thank you guys for joining on the show and
Yes, sir.
talk shop and, you know, just let the world know who you guys are and what you're about. So
Nah, thank you
it's
for
good.
coming.
Thanks for having me.
For sure.
Yeah.
You got it. Go ahead.
Want to start?
You got it.
So I guess we'll just start. Like, y'all are originally from San Antonio. Just recently moved up here. The shop opened up late May. So like it's just starting to crawl and take off. And a lot of people I know have been here, bought stuff. I've personally been in here a few times, sorted through everything's. It's cool to see everything changing. Like, ooh, this is tight.
Yeah.
You guys' social media is on point. That marketing is, you know, bar none. Y'all are doing the damn thing. That's tight. So yeah, when did you guys start? How did you guys even have this idea? And like, why Spokane? Like, thank you for blessing us, but like, how are we so lucky for this?
Yeah, man. So for me, a big part of it was just being from big cities. We both got to see how a vintage store, how it's able to cultivate community and what it does for a city. And in San Antonio, the biggest one is called the Vaulty. Like, they've literally done work with like the Spurs, you know.
Oh,
these
damn.
are just like regular
So they're like
guys.
the complex type thing of vintage and stuff like that.
Yeah. And then, you know, in Houston, there's, you know, like multiple stores. You know, Houston's so big, like it can't just be one, right? But I mean, in my eyes, I just believe that Spokane just deserved, you know, like a spot that, you know, the people that were into this, you know, could call home, and just like a place for people to be proud of. And, you know, this was just like the perfect place for me. And, you know, having ties to Gonzaga with my brother playing and all that different type of stuff, I really didn't see like any two other people to do it than me and Prince. So.
Heck yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, thank you. Y'all really blessed us because there's nowhere within 400-mile radius where we can go have something like this, and right downtown our own backyard. Like it's really revolutionary. So yeah, that's tight.
No, we appreciate you. And to piggyback on what he said, like we're gonna really shout out the Vaulty, because we was able to watch and see the Vaulty grow from like the very beginning.
Yeah, definitely. So the vintage store that I'm talking about in San Antonio, they opened probably in like 2015 or 2014. So, you know, we really got to see, you know, them start off in, you know, like a location where it's like they're just doing like appointment only, right?
Yeah.
To being in a place to, you know, like where their vintage is, you know, like top tier, but they really don't have the shoes like that. And to, you know, like now they probably have like 200, 300 pair of shoes, you know, like they actually wholesale vintage, you know what I mean? Like they're just on like a completely different level. So for us to be able to, you know, like learn and listen and, you know, like,
have relationships with those guys.
Yeah. And, you know, for that to turn into this is just like special, you know, it made it that much more easy for me to do this, you know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah, a lot of times, like certain specific stuff like this that isn't everywhere, like there is a blueprint out there somewhere, and like somebody's doing it, somebody's gone through the trials and tribulations, where like if you're willing to take the time and learn from them and like study their blueprints and like see what they've done good and bad, and then kind of boil it down and make it your own, like it's just all about that work. Like if you're willing to dedicate enough time to do that research and then actually lay the groundwork, like as we can see looking around, like you put the work in and stuff like that. So that's tight that you guys had that inspiration, and now just kind of sprouted out. That's tight.
Yeah.
There's going to be somebody down the road that's going to be like, I want to do what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and which is, you know, like definitely the goal. You know, I feel like the goal for both of us is just to, ultimately see Spokane grow and Spokane to reach the potential that, you know, me and Prince both see just from being in bigger places. So I mean, shoot, I want there to be, you know, someone else to make a store like this one, you know what I mean? So and I want the stores that are already, you know, like similar to this one to, you know, continue to grow and thrive with us as well, you know.
Which is rare. A lot of people, like, I feel like it's kind of on its way out, but a lot of people were like, they don't want to see anybody else eat because they'll be thinking like that famine mentality where, like, if he gets a piece of the pie, that, like, he's taking my piece. But, like, this cake is so big, like, everybody can eat at the end of the day.
No, definitely.
That's like a big thing I'm trying to see with myself and, like, incorporate that into my life. And so hearing that from you guys, just like, okay, it ain't just me. Like, if y'all can spread the love and encourage somebody and hope somebody can do kind of the same thing you're doing, like, I'm gonna do it the best I can for sure. And like it's cool. Everybody can eat.
That's how whole communities grow.
Yeah.
If you're the only one growing and nobody else is growing, then it's going to be very limited. It's just going to be limited, you know.
Yeah.
If everybody can grow,
limited resources for yourself.
Oh God.
Yeah.
People come and they visit a whole bunch of different places, and they there's people that go to the Nike store and they're like, oh, the Nike employee sent us down there.
Hey.
I think that y'all like the shoes that they have, you know, opposed to some of the shoes that they have. I mean, it's just, and it's the beginning stages. There's so much more room to grow, and this community is in a couple of years is gonna be, you know,
totally
crazy.
different. Yeah.
We see down the road. As long as you kind of create a vision and kind of see. We've seen examples of what this can happen, what could happen. So we're just focus on the vision.
It might be a big ask, but like, where do you guys see yourself sitting here in a couple of years? Like, let's say 2 years grinding hard, because you're only since May. Like now you're all packed with girls' clothes. You got like just diverse. Everything's just filling in. So soon you're gonna have to expand, break these walls down, because you're gonna have someone busting out the seams in here.
Yeah. Nah. I mean, I feel like we'll still be. I mean, really like doing the same thing that we're doing now. I mean, of course, that would like look different. You know, I'm sure 2 years from now, like me and Prince will probably not be in here as much, and you know, like me and him are pretty much here all day, every day. You know, if not both of us, then one of us.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, just continuing. Just I would say we would in 2 years from now we would still be continuing to be obsessed with our customers, and you know, just continuing to find ways for 4AM Spokane to start in its role as, you know, like the premier vintage store in this entire area, you know. So whatever that means, you know, if 2 years from now that is, you know, like breaking 6-figure NIL deals, helping, you know, Gonzaga get guys to come here, if that is, you know, just you know, continuing to cultivate community in a real way. You know what I mean? I mean, I can't speak for him, but I know that for me, you know, like my biggest thing is just like doing for Spokane what other stores did for the other cities that I was in. And you know, and that's just like, okay, like it's Friday and I want to go to, you know, downtown, or I want to go this place or that place, and you don't know what you want to wear. I know for sure I can go to this place and find a Supreme shirt that I know I'm gonna like. I know for sure I can go to this place and find some Carhartt jeans that I like. I know for sure I could go to this place and find some shoes that I want, you know. And
there you go.
and also coming to this place, and you know, it's good energy. The people that work there like actually like care about us, you know, and even if like we did it, you know, like care about us enough to at least speak, you know what I mean? And then and you know, just to come to a place that has good energy, you know what I mean? Like that's more so, I would say, our focus, you know, opposed to, you know, it's like 2 years, like, where do you see us? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's so huge for a company and for just human beings really at this point to like not only care about your bottom dollar and the bottom line and like how much I'm taking home at the end every week, but like to give back to the community, to make those people's days. Like, damn, I'm going on a date. I just messed up my shirt. Like, you're going to be stoked to be getting him right and like send him on his way all happy and stuff. Like, instead of like pay up, like you just give me that money, get on out the door.
Yeah.
And just like that's so contagious because they're gonna go and tell their friends like they hooked it up, the shirts fly, the date was fire. So yeah, that goes really a long way. And I mean, y'all welcomed me with open arms in here to do this, and like a lot of people would be like, no, what do you mean? What, you have no business in here. Like, I ain't making no money off you, so you're wasting my time, type thing. But like giving back to the community is in such a fun and unique way. Like I said, nobody else is going to be doing it. So just you guys having that understanding of like I said it again, I'll say it again, but like truly blessing the city with something totally unique. When I was growing up, I would have been in here every day to check the new stock, check the inventory. Ooh, like Tasmanian tiger, that's me, baby.
Yeah.
Like that little kind of stuff is so cool.
Yeah, and I think that's like literally why I do it for sure. Just I tell parents that come in here all the time, and it like low key can get me kind of emotional, like talking about it a little bit. But just like kids that are 12 years old, like, right, we have at least here for 5 years, right? 5-year lease. So for them to be 12 and go through all of middle school and then all of high school, and this store be with them, it just like means the world to me, because I know that when I was in San Antonio,
that just gave me chills.
Yeah, right, like they're gonna, like when they grow up, like how you grew up in Spokane, like these kids are gonna be able to grow up like with 4 a.m., and like these kids, like it literally get to see me grow as a business owner, Prince grow as a business owner, the store grow from the first day we opened. We didn't even have anything on the other side of the store. You know what I mean? Now we have an entire women's rack, 3 other racks. We joke about all the time how we had 9 pair of shoes on the grand opening. Now we have like 30 pair of shoes. You know what I mean? So
maybe 40, 50.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's the blessing definitely goes like both ways. Like we both like learned so much about ourselves and each other, and just to be able to do this is definitely not a one-way street.
Y'all remember the first thing you sold in here on opening day?
The first thing that we sold on,
I think your boy came in, not opening day, because we
the
opened
Fear
up
of God
a few
joint.
days.
Yeah, like we let like some people that like I knew that were like about to, like dudes that just graduated from Gonzaga that are about to leave type vibe. Yeah, and then he bought with like a essentials jacket. Yeah, that was like the first thing.
Maybe the first thing that day though was Antoine bought those Jordans. Probably.
Those some dunks.
Yeah.
You should have had him buy them and say, "Hey, donate it back to us, and we'll frame it. We'll put it on the wall."
Nah, it was size 14, brand new. That was it.
Yeah, right. Those probably went on his feet before he walked out.
Damn, one of the only people that could have bought them too. 14. Holy cow, that's 2 of my feet.
Right. Yeah, nah, for sure.
It's a few big feet guys,
Yeah. That's the cool thing about it. Kind of the tricky thing about it for sure too. It's like we'll get like a bunch of like things for size 14s, right? And then like the few people that we have that can't fit them, like they'll come in and buy them up. But then it's like for the people that come in, like most of the people are like girl sizes, you know what I mean? But then like in our DMs, it's like, do y'all got any size 15s? Do y'all got any size 15s? It's like, bro, you're literally like the only person in Spokane that wears a size 15. But
so no.
Yeah, nah.
What's what's off the top of your head? What's one of like the coolest pieces from vintage, like some old school dope concert that you were like, ooh, this is tight? What's like one thing that stands out that you've seen come and went?
Honestly. What would you say?
Or has there been anything? Or has there been anything you've been thinking about putting on the rack, but you're like, "Ooh, this is too tight. I'm gonna just take this home with me."
Nah, most of the stuff gets put on rack, but some things get What do you think, bro?
The latest piece that I've seen that we had.
There's a few things.
Yeah, there's a couple that I didn't want to sell. That like I just realized that the Supersonic shirt is gone.
That's what I was gonna say. That green Supersonic shirt is dope.
Yeah, that was dope. I feel like
Tasmanian Devils with the basketballs.
Oh yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, honestly, I would say that we've had a good grip of like different pieces where I was like, I really don't want to sell this, or I just like want to sell it for like an insane amount.
Just so it stays here.
Yeah.
Barack Obama shirt.
Yeah. We've had some pretty lit pieces. I've been thinking about, you know, on like the ones that I do feel like that about, just put like price it at like 150 or like higher and just like putting it on the wall and stuff, but
just so they know.
This
is something not
right,
to mess around with, you guys.
Right. But at the same time, I kind of want to be intentional about like not doing that.
So people can come in and get a grail and not a good price.
Exactly.
And
treasure.
Like maybe
coming back.
Maybe they got it for like 175 here, but it's really worth like 375, 400 or something.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
That.
Especially people that are going to be looking for that, like they know the market price.
And people know.
They don't let nobody see it. So
right.
Check it out. Let me go.
Right, and people know out here in Spokane. Spokane is like, I mean, compared to Texas, Spokane is on a whole nother level when it comes to like the thrifting. Like people out here like really thrift, like go to the bins every day. I've been to the bins
outlet
a couple times. Like people out here don't play around. So, you know, like to your point, like if they know what they're looking at when they see like a vintage shirt that costs, you know, $100,
and you really can just see it by just
for sure. Yeah,
you don't even gotta spread it and look. Like a lot of these things you can just see from a mile away. It's like, oh god, let me get there first.
Exactly.
That's funny. I grew up going to Goodwill and Goodwill outlets before. Well, now I feel like it's kind of janky because Goodwill does like the Goodwill auctions where like they'll sort through it and like pull out all the good stuff so they can auction and get some more money. But like before that, I went to Goodwill every single day in like middle school, high school. Like just from my whole closet was Goodwill, and like you would never know my whole closet was from Goodwill. Like it was so crazy to go search for all the T-shirts, and like I said, you know, instantly something that's gonna be nice. Like, oh, this is mine for sure. It's like getting that rush. You can still get that coming in here now. Like y'all do all the dirty work, and it's nothing but just gem.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
like y'all get something in, it's on there instantly. It's like I need to get there. Like if you fall in love with it instantly, like there was a red pit bull. It was a Supreme t-shirt with a pit bull on it. We had just gotten a pit bull. I hit you all up. I was like, yo, y'all still got this? Like, I'm coming in when you... And you're like, no, it's gone. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah. You ended up getting that shirt, though, right?
My girl, she had to get it.
Yeah. Did she end up buying it on her own?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy because it was the exact same one. Yeah, bro. Like, when I saw the picture, I just assumed it was the one that we had.
I was thinking, maybe.
We were about to come in like that second if y'all still had it.
Yeah,
but it was
that's
gone
crazy.
Too fast. So.
Yeah, it really, to your point, like with the marketing, it really be like that sometimes. Like I'll post something and then like someone will immediately come and buy it. You know what I mean? Or Venmo me and be like hold it for me, or that's know, like something like that. Yeah, nah, it's cool. And but to your point though about the marketing, it's kind of like the same thing with the Vaulty. Like we knew going into this that we didn't need to like reinvent the wheel, you know, like, so we see a place that is, you know, cultivating community and, you know, like doing exactly what we want to do in another place. And for all intents and purposes in the context of this conversation, like Spokane is kind of behind in that regard, you know, because like, you know, they're already doing it in San Antonio. So for me, it was just literally like doing like what they were doing, but just doing it in our way. You know what I mean? And and being authentic to the fact that, okay, well, you know, like we kind of are coming from a little place of an advantage in the sense of, well, you know, like 4 a.m. was a clothing line before it was a vintage store. It's not like we just woke up one day and was like, oh, you know, like let's open up a vintage store and we're going to call it 4 a.m., right. You know, like.
When did that idea start? When did that clothing line start?
The clothing line started in 2018.
Okay.
Your store been in talk for a minute.
Yeah.
Your store was like
Yeah, probably since
On that
like
dream board?
2020. Yeah. Probably like right before.
Very long time.
Yeah, like right
Truthfully.
before COVID started.
Yeah.
It's probably when we started the business plan.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. A lot of people I've been talking to that are like in a good place in their life and trying to better themselves. COVID has been like a really, really good time for like creatives, for people that are gonna hustle, people that are gonna branch out and do their own thing. Like my girl, for instance, me, I wouldn't be here if it really wasn't for COVID. I'm sure it would have been a little bit of a detour with you guys. I don't know how badly it affected like the real estate and like stuff like that, where it's a little more intimate and personal, but like just giving you all that time to think about it and have an actual plan to like build your own blueprints and then build it out.
Yeah, nah, 1,000%. I know that for me, for sure, like if it wasn't for COVID, I don't, it's just crazy, it's like I was about to say that, like, I wouldn't even know where I would be without that, but, like, seriously, you know what I mean? Like, just from getting laid off where I was working at first to, like, I mean, COVID was pretty short-lived in Texas. We were, like, back working and stuff, like, pretty soon. But to, like, getting the job that I did get and, like, saving up in order to make this happen, to your point, it's like, I mean, it's like in COVID, either you're gonna swim or you're gonna sink. You know what I mean? So yeah, either you was gonna be cool with getting the $2,000 every month, or you wanted to continue to hustle. And I know like where we're from, or like the way we were brought up. Yeah, the way we were brought up. Like we were just like brought up on more so just like a hustler type of mentality. Being from Texas, is just so many people, it's just so competitive, you know what I mean?
You don't just want to get by.
Not at all.
There's too many other people just floating down the river.
Nah, for sure. It's funny, we like laugh and like joke about it a little bit, but we both like have just expect a lot out of ourselves and have, like expensive taste and but also in that same regard, like demand a lot out of ourselves, like in each other, so like for a good reason, I mean, it would be backwards as hell if we like nice things, but we our worth ethic
just
trash.
expected all of it to fall into your lap and be pissed off when it doesn't. When'd y'all two meet? Obviously y'all got a steady relationship. Business partners is a lot to take on.
I mean, we grew up in the same area, and we also played sports. I feel like the San Antonio sports community is a very, we're trying to build a community here. Where we're from, it's like a real sports community. Everybody, I don't care if you like go to school on the east side. You might have a homie that goes to Stevens. That's across
like
town.
a north side school.
From meeting at a camp or playing against each other, something like that.
Yeah, so San Antonio is kind of like Spokane in the sense of where it's like a big city, but like a small city at the same time. So for us, it was like, okay, well, like me and Prince, we went to two different high schools, but we're from the same hood. So it's just like off of the strength, like the Popeyes that we go to every Tuesday is right by his high school, which is right across the street from where he lives, which is also 3 minutes away from the park, which is right by my house that he goes to all the time.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? So it's like everything is like right by each other, and like I said, San Antonio is like big but like small at the same time. So like if you're like having motion, like you're like the man at your high school in your sport or something, like everybody's gonna know who you are, you know what I mean? Which is, I mean, what it was for us. Like I played quarterback at my high school, and shoot, without him and his homeboys, his school literally would have shut down. So
that's tight.
So.
It's like the biggest small town where kind of everybody knows everybody.
I mean, we grew up together playing like little league. Like maybe he played on a different little league team, but everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still remember
like
everybody I played against.
Yeah, no, for sure. So it's like, okay, like,
and it's not only because it's like one summer. It's because I mean, you ain't gonna change ages
year.
on me. It's every year.
Exactly. Ever since middle school.
David Scott YMCA, legendary place. You play basketball. Every basketball player has played
there.
What's the Spurs league? The little
drug free
Pizza Hut basketball league. Everybody, you got one team. It's just. I don't know. You just grew up. It's not like a date. We can't put it. We don't even know the date.
Yeah, nah, for sure. We just literally been like knowing each other.
And sports is crazy, man. If you build a good relationship in sports, because y'all been through the best and the worst. You got to grind together. You got to win together. So like carrying that into a business, you're going to take wins. You're going to take losses. You're going to have challenges. You're going to get punched in the face here and there by this and that. You don't even know what's coming on. So y'all been through some shit already. So
yeah, nah, for sure. And then at least like for me in like choosing a business partner, like it was one, you know, like the athletic aspect of it. Obviously, you know, it's like he's just as competitive as me, just as like ambitious as me, you know, and like wants the store to be just as successful as possible for me. But for me also, like in choosing a business partner, it was also just like his business acumen outside us being friends, and just the way that he's able to move in circles like beyond that, you know what I mean? Because, you know, like friends and business don't mix most of the time, you know what I mean?
A lot of people will hold you back trying to just be buddy but
exactly, you know, but he has a clear understanding just through, you know, like his experience in business that, you know, like okay, like yeah, like we're friends, but nobody's gonna be happy if, you know, like if we don't do what we're here to do. Yeah, if we don't continue to be outcome based and be intentional about like every decision that we make, you know, whether or not that's buying these pair of shoes or, you know, like buying X amount of dollars in vintage, or, you know, like our work schedules, you know, just like different stuff like that. It wouldn't have worked if, you know, if we both weren't, you know, like super serious about just being the best version of ourselves and leaving a legacy above, you know, like being homies, you know?
Yeah, that's tight. I feel like y'all are lucky for being such close friends and then having the same ideas and the same attitude on something like this, because that's where, like I was saying, a lot of people's close friends just don't have the same drive or the same
even if we have different ideas. We help each other with those ideas, you know. He might have an idea that I might be able to amplify. I might have an idea that he might be able to amplify.
Yeah,
you know?
and to his point, like the biggest thing for me, with all of my relationships that I have with all of my friends is just like starring in my role in that relationship. So, you know, that's just like something like as small as, you know, it's like if I have a friend that raps and I'm watching a YouTube video of like a large platform and they're like, yeah, you know, you can play $100 to get your song played on here. I'm texting my homeboy that raps like, yo, like, do you know about X, Y, Z, or how come you haven't done it? Da, da, da. You know, just like doing whatever I can to star in my role. So that's in being a business owner, founder. That's in being a business partner to Prince, you know, like being a friend, being a business owner to the customers, you know, like making sure that they don't need anything, or, you know, like giving them a good deal when I can, and, you know, just like different stuff like that, just starting in my role overall.
Yeah, there you go. And ultimately that's going to impact how the city sees you, like, and how the state sees you, how other states see you. People in Idaho coming over here, because there ain't nothing over there. There's nothing over east anywhere else too. So like it all starts inside, starts with your business partner, and then just sprouts out bigger and bigger, and then, you know, before you know it, it's so much more than what that dream was a few years ago.
Nah, for sure. And like I said before, like that's why building and like cultivating community is so important to me, because, you know, just like you said, like there's not a single store like this in the entire state of Idaho and the entire state of Montana. Like I have people come in and say, oh yeah, you know, like we had to go all the way to Portland to shop, or we had to go all the way to Seattle to shop. When, you know, like, I mean, for me, like, that's crazy. That's like someone, for like Texas purposes, like someone on like the tip of Mexico, there's, you know, like San Antonio and Austin, but you got to go to Houston or Dallas to go shop, you know, or you have to pass up San Antonio and you just go to Austin to go shop. You know what I mean? And I just see like the highest level of Spokane when I go outside, or, you know, like when I go to sleep at night and just think about, you know, like the potential of the store and just like the potential of the city. And, you know, I mean, that's, you know, like one of the things that drives us. So.
Hell yeah. So when you guys started the 4 a.m. clothing brand, you had this idea of the shop in the back of your head, in the front of your head, building blueprints. You guys got anything cooking up right now that you could see flourishing down the road, sprouting out from this?
There's a few.
Yeah, from the store. Things
What's
coming
next?
from the store.
What's
Man.
bigger things besides, like, obviously we want 4 a.m. to explode and get as big as it can, but like, are there any other little paths and alleyways you guys want to fill up? Do you see any other lack in this town that y'all can step in and fill the void? What kind of, like, what?
Just other, like, what, activations, you know, meet and greets, concerts. What do you I mean, that's really one of my specialties.
Yeah, that's like his expertise, and a huge reason why, you know, like I chose him to be a part of this journey with me. Just like the way that he's just like able to bring like a bunch of people together, and just kind of like his eye for knowing like what people want is, you know, like special to me. And as far as, you know, like things coming new, yeah, I mean, kind of like to what he said, just continuing to do things to, you know, like cultivate community. So whether or not that is like a show, you know, like we bring an artist, or whether or not that's like a huge giveaway, or whether or not that's like
podcasting. Like, let's put those things into really,
you know, but just I think, I mean, we just, you know, just like came from a place where, you know, like things were just like moving fast, you know, because there's just like always something to do. Like you said something about like people hating and all of that. Like my best friends in Houston all had clothing lines. Like literally, like we would literally, you know, like sit at my house and watch different YouTube videos, and, you know, like study and do all of these different things, you know, like together. And I mean, I feel like if we don't do anything else, I think that just, you know, like letting or showing people that much more can be accomplished together than, you know, than by yourself, you know, like that's like a huge message in itself, you know, because I know like for me and him, you know, like, I mean, every photo shoot that I did with my clothing line, like I had another person there that had his own clothing line, you know, just for another eye, you know, like I may not ask him for anything, you know, or, you know, I used a photographer then, and, you know, and me and his brain together, you know, like in collaboration, we're able to make these special photos, or, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Well, yeah, man. Why don't y'all tell the people where they can find you? And then we'll close it out after this. But like social medias, anything special y'all got going on with the shop, when the shop's open, easy stuff like that, let them know.
For sure. So my personal page is at Cool Jones, at COO7 Jones, and the business page is at 4am.Spokane. If you DM it, I mean, we typically get back like within an hour.
Yeah, they do a great job on
as soon as possible.
As soon as possible, for sure. But and we're open every day from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Nothing, you know, pretty business as usual right now. You know, just continuing to get better every day, and, you know, get new vintage, new hype, new shoes in here. So, yeah, you guys should definitely stop by, see what's up.
Prince, you got anything to plug? You got anywhere they can come find you?
They can find me at Big Homie P _. But I also wanted to just say thank y'all both for getting me out of my comfort zone and getting me on camera. I'm like a very, very behind-the-scenes guy.
Yeah.
You know, like,
it's
super.
Tight. It's tight.
And I'm just forever grateful for this. But I appreciate you for sure.
Well, I appreciate y'all for taking me in and taking the time. Y'all, this has been Prince and Christian at 4 a.m. Thanks for tuning in. Come check them out any day of the week.
Word.
That's it, deuces.
Oh my God.
Peace.